You're watching WEAR News, the morning current on WFGX.
Good morning and welcome, yes, to the Morning Current. We're so glad you're here. Tell your friends about us, by the way.
Happy Thanksgiving week. We're going to have lots of fun with that this week and hopefully also with you. We will be checking out all our social media platforms throughout the hour. Please give us feedback on the stories. And we begin with this, a former Escambia County deputy in jail this morning.
58-year-old Gregory Nesmith booked just after 9 o'clock last night, charged with vehicular manslaughter. Friday, Florida Highway Patrol said he would be charged with 2 counts of vehicular manslaughter.
This all goes back to a deadly crash in July. It happened on Perdido Key Drive near River Road about 3 o'clock in the morning. The victims were identified as 2 20-year-olds, Jackson Cunningham and Nicole Moore. Nesmith driving an unmarked patrol car returning home from an off-duty job at the Flora-Bama. Cunningham and Moore were crossing the road when they were hit. They both died at the scene. Nesmith was not injured, and very few other details about the crash have been released, including whether he was speeding or not. After the crash, he was placed on administrative leave and later resigned from the sheriff's office. Since the crash, families of both victims have filed wrongful death lawsuits against Nesmith. Not a new story here. Hurlburt Field's newest commander, though, is asking Okaloosa commissioners for help with a couple of quality of life factors issues for the airmen and that traffic situation, calling that 98 a national security threat. We have heard similar issues from the commanders of Hurlburt Field over the last several years. WEAR's Aria Circa joining us now with more of the concerns that Colonel Hamilton addressed with commissioners earlier this week.
Colonel Mark Hamilton is asking the Board of Commissioners for help with many ways to support his wing at Hurlburt Field. The first is help with the traffic along Highway 98, which he calls a threat to national security. Hurlburt is home to more than 7,600 active service members and 1,700 civilian personnel, all who take Highway 98 to and from.
When we measure our success in minutes, right, the ability to launch in a moment's notice, the inability to get to work becomes a threat to our ability to execute that mission.
Plus, Hamilton says many of his airmen are moving out of town due to the rising house prices, causing them to move further from Hurlburt Field. Hamilton also asking commissioners to support military families as childcare is also a challenge and additional mental health support for children and spouses is a need. Laura, Jared.
A lot of people commenting about the commander's concerns.
Peter wrote, some of this sounds like it's the Air Force's problem and they need to fix it. Military housing for essential personnel with families, barracks for single airmen, provide daycare on base or more daycare, and go recruit or hire mental health specialists.
And this from C-Rock, she says, more power to him. If he solves this, he'll automatically go down as one of the greatest airmen to ever live.
This morning, we have new details on that high-stakes meeting between the U.S. and Ukrainian officials in Geneva.
Trying to find some peace. Talks resume today on a proposed peace deal to end that war. They're talking about revising that 28-point peace plan that was offered by the U.S. a while back.
The plan would have handed over more Ukrainian territory to Russia, and it would have slashed the Ukrainian military in half, also requiring Ukraine to promise it would never join NATO. However, it would have offered the country some type of U.S. military-backed security guarantee.
All right, lawmakers on both sides are saying that they don't like the plan. They argue that it's really too lenient on Russia. U.S. officials says there are plans to hold a separate meeting with a Russian delegation. No details provided about timing and or location.
At 4 minutes after 7 o'clock, we are heading into a big holiday week. A lot of people traveling for this Monday. Brooke, how are we looking?
Yeah, we're looking decent today. We do have those temperatures starting off in the 50s. We'll get into the mid to upper 70s today, so it's going to be another warm afternoon. We do have a few clouds outside, and we'll see some clouds as you go through your day today. It's leading into our chance of rain for tomorrow, so that's what we'll be tracking in just a little bit. But let's get you out your door today. We do have temperatures in the 50s. If you are traveling today, it's going to be a very calm weather day. We do have light winds coming mainly in from the east right now. Your radar does stay dry. We'll have a few of those passing clouds as you go throughout most of the day. By the time you hit the overnight tonight, might see a few little sprinkles, but it does not look too high, that rain chance. So getting out the door today, looking nice for your Monday. We're going to kick off your holiday week nice. We do have temperatures getting into those mid to upper 70s today, so it is warm. We will have temperatures tonight staying a little bit warmer as well. We'll stay in the 60s as we wake up for tomorrow, but we are going to be seeing that change in time for Thanksgiving, so it's going to feel a little more like Thanksgiving, a little more fall-like heading into Thursday. We'll talk about that little drop in those temperatures coming up.
Let's get a quick look outside at 7:05. A beautiful shot of the Escambia Bay Bridge. Light traffic moving smoothly. No reports of any slowdowns this morning.
Former Alabama Senator Doug Jones is now throwing his hat into the ring for the governor's seat.
He will run next year for the position. He's a Democrat. He did serve in the Senate from 2018 to 2021. He's a former federal prosecutor, secured convictions, by the way, in the 1996 Atlanta Olympic Park bombings and the 1963 16th Street Baptist Church bombing.
He lost the seat to Tommy Tuberville in the 2020 election. Tuberville, by the way, also running for governor in 2026.
Well, just in time for the holidays, somebody bought a Fantasy 5 winning ticket in Pensacola.
It is one of two winners from yesterday's midday draw, and it's worth more than $26,000. If you need to check your ticket, there you go, 349-1426. The ticket was purchased at the Raceway on Airport Boulevard, right by the interstate.
Here on the Morning Current, we love to see what's going on in your world and your life, and one of the easiest and best ways to do that is to chime in some pictures and videos. You can text WEAR-TV to 95577 or simply chime in from the WEAR website.
Ahead on the Morning Current, the woman at the center of the Slender Man stabbing case now back in custody, where she escaped from and where she was found.
Another week of college ball in the books. We'll take a look at the results in just a minute. But first, as always, we got to take some time in the middle of all the news and all the hubbub to relax.
Wait, did you guys see me dancing? Like, was that on camera?
Probably.
I just drank the coffee. Well, this morning, the search is now over for 22-year-old Morgan Geyser. She's the woman who was at the center of the Slender Man stabbing case.
You remember all of that. Geyser in custody overnight in Illinois. Police in Wisconsin say, well, she cut off her ankle monitoring bracelet and left a group home Saturday night. Police say she was found at a truck stop 25 miles south of Chicago. Another person there as well, both detained.
Back in 2014, Geyser and another girl, Anissa Wire, lured their classmate into the woods and stabbed her 19 times. The girls were 12 years old at that point. Geyser told investigators she did it to impress a faceless fictional online character known as the Slender Man. The victim, Peyton Leutner, survived, and Geyser entered a guilty plea in 2018, but that wasn't the end of the story.
She was found not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect, sentenced to up to 40 years in a psychiatric institution. But earlier this year, a judge cleared the way for her supervised release. Prosecutors had claimed Geyser had violent communication with a man outside the facility. Also read a book with themes of sexual sadism and murder. 3 psychologists testified she was ready, however, for the move.
Moving on to something much more pleasant,
Yes, I
we
think
hope.
so.
College football. Well, if you're an Alabama fan, it's pleasant, I'll tell you that. No trouble Saturday, cruising to a 56-0 finish against Eastern Illinois. And that game was at home for the Tide, and next week, a big rivalry playing Auburn in the Iron Bowl on Saturday.
It was another heartbreaker for FSU, losing to NC State Friday night. The game included 2 muffed punts in a row, both off a player's helmet. Final 21-11. The Noles have to beat Florida Saturday just to become bowl eligible.
Miami keeping their name out there in front of mind for the playoff selection committee. They comfortably beat Virginia Tech 34-17. This week they will face Pitt.
Good old Rocky Top dominated the Swamp. Tennessee overwhelmed the Florida. I was in a bar in Tennessee over the weekend, and I was outnumbered.
I would say you were.
We'll move
oh my
on.
gosh.
It was 31-11, their first win in Gainesville since 2003.
A couple of other notable games from the weekend. The Oregon Ducks likely dashing Southern California's hopes of a playoff berth. That victory, 42-27 for the Ducks.
Notre Dame blowing past Syracuse with a dominating 70-7 victory. Syracuse down by starting quarterback and running back as well.
And that victory for Oregon put them in the top 5 of the college football poll. Here we go. Ohio State, Indiana, and Texas A&M holding on to their spots for a 6th straight week.
Georgia hanging on to its number 4 spot for the 2nd week. Oregon jumps Mississippi for the number 5 spot, the highest ranking since October the 5th. Texas Tech, Oklahoma, Notre Dame, Alabama follow.
And UWF onto
Yeah.
the 2nd round of the playoffs in NCAA Division II. The Argos took on North Greenville Saturday. It was a rematch of their September win against the Trailblazers.
They came into it fresh off that only loss of the season after a tight game with Valdosta State.
That was my challenge to the guys. They were ticked off, right, about the result last week and didn't feel like we did enough. And so we tried to answer the challenge, and we got after it this week in practice, and I think we showed what we are capable of today.
Now the Argos beat the Trailblazers 43-19. UWF will take on Newberry at home at the Penn Air Field this coming Saturday at 1 o'clock.
Checking out that Monday morning drive, just rolling across the 3-mile bridge. Traffic is still light. It's hard to get going on a Monday. Be careful out there. You're looking good.
Is this where I get to quote Volcano by Jimmy Buffett?
You know, it's so funny because you always do want to sing that kind of upbeat song. I get carried away with the majesty of the eruption and all of that. I don't know, Brooke, it's pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
Kilauea.
Good editorial comment on that, bro.
What to say. You know, what I love the most about Brooke is you know where she is with everything at all times. Since I'm the one who appears fascinated, I'll say it's been erupting intermittently for about a year now. We continue to show you these amazing pictures. No homes in danger, just lots of spectacular lava flows and shows. So there you go.
The lava comes down soft and hot.
All right, he
You
got
better
it
love
in
me
there.
now or love me not.
He
There,
got
I did.
it in
I did.
there. Fine, fine, fine.
And they're saying it's supposed to erupt up tomorrow, too.
Yeah,
That's
so
what-
we'll probably do this again.
Yay!
Same bat time, so enjoy that.
Well, we don't have volcanoes
Look at
here.
this.
We're going to be looking at some nice weather. We have some gorgeous conditions. A beautiful sunrise is what we were seeing earlier this morning. We do have the clouds around right now. We are going to be looking at the clouds through the day today. This is ahead of our cold front tomorrow, and we do have a little touch of some rain moving in for that Tuesday. So that's what you want to pay attention to if you are are traveling this week, it's really just Tuesday. The rest of your holiday week, you can't get better than this. It's going to be looking nice. We're going to have the sunshine around. You're going to be looking at some nice weather for Thanksgiving. It's going to feel like fall as well, so maybe feeling a little more like Thanksgiving. Right now, our radar is saying dry, really just the clouds that we're dealing with. Let's take a look at that rain chance because it is going to be around very, very isolated. So it's going to be starting off as we go into really tonight. Can't rule out some of those light showers, but the main rain chance is later in the evening. So once again, traveling, you might be heading out of town. You might have people coming into town. You will be looking at that chance of rain, especially going after about noon. We'll start to see a few showers popping up. You can see they're isolated, but they will be around. We'll have that going into your evening and overnight. So if it is going to be, if you are heading out on the roads Tuesday night, that's where we have the best chance that you'll be seeing some of those showers. So you want to watch out for that. Behind this, it looks nice. So if you're traveling Wednesday, going to be looking lovely. We will have sort of a breezy day. It should be clearing out the clouds. And then as we head into your Thursday, your Thanksgiving, sunny skies. We're going to wake up in the 40s with highs in the 60s. It's going to be looking lovely on that Thursday. Maybe you're going to be out with the family, just hanging out in the front yard, going to be looking like a lovely one as we do have a fall-like feel. Temperatures in the 50s right now, getting into the mid to upper 70s. If you are going into the afternoon, if you're going to be out and about, it is going to be a warm one today. 77 Navarre, 79 Molino, well above average. Temperatures will drop behind this cold front by Thursday, and you can see about 7 degrees below average. So maybe you're cooking that turkey outside. Not going to be as hot as we've been dealing with the past couple of days. It's been well above average. We're seeing that trend shift slightly. It's not lasting too long, but we'll have it at least for Thursday and Friday. So it is going to be looking nice for your Thanksgiving. Maybe you're heading out to one of the multiple turkey trots we have across the area. It's looking like a good day for a run. We will have temperatures in the 40s for the morning, so a little bit nicer as you are heading in the morning. Let's talk about the tropics now. We are getting closer to the end. 6 days left now in hurricane season. It does officially end on November 30th, and we're not expecting any tropical activity as we head into the next 7 days. We'll continue to give you those daily updates, but the good news here is it does look like we are going to end on a nice and quiet note, and we can say goodbye to the 2025 season. Let's take a look at your sea-tow marine forecast. We have 2 feet for the Gulf for today. Winds are out of the north at about 5 to 10 knots. If you are heading out on the boat, should be looking lovely. We do have a nice little wind from the north. As we head into your afternoon, we do have your yellow flags flying right now, and there's a good chance we could see those green flags later today, especially with the calmer winds. Just make sure you are exercising caution if you're heading out there. Should be a nice one today. Rain chance for tomorrow. It will be breezy on Wednesday, and then Thursday or Thanksgiving, it's going to look nice. We're going to start off in the 40s, getting highs in the 60s, so it's going to feel nice and Thanksgiving-like. We're going to see temperatures in the 60s for Friday as well, low 60s. Then we'll start a warming trend, getting closer to 70 by Sunday.
When the morning current continues, a gift for a veteran in Northwest, Florida will take you there and show you that gift. I really don't think it's possible for us to do enough for the men and women who have sacrificed so very much.
Got me already. I can't tell you how many of these types of stories I have covered, and they do bring a tear to your eye.
Absolutely.
Such a special weekend for a veteran here in Northwest Florida. Retired Marine Corps Gunnery Sergeant Davis Post moved into a specially adapted home on Saturday that was built by the nonprofit Homes for Our Troops.
Yeah, and they build and donate specially adapted homes to troops severely injured during the global war on terror. And the Post joined the Marines in 2001 right out of high school, and he deployed 3 times, once in Iraq, twice in Afghanistan.
He served as an explosive ordnance disposal technician. He stepped on an IED, forced him to medically retire, lost part of his leg.
They're extremely meticulous to the needs you have particularly, and it's not just a cookie cutter.
There's just so many benefits that even me leaving the house, going to visit my parents, knowing that David is at home, it's peace of mind for me knowing that he's going to be able to maneuver.
Another thing that he talked about was the day he got injured, there was an alley that was just loaded up with IEDs. And it had been known that it needed to be cleared for a long time, and it just hadn't gotten done. So they called another EOD team, and that was his. I guess they cleared 2, and just they somehow missed.
He said the one they didn't get
the one
heads
that got
up
him,
on. Yeah.
as he puts it, the one that bit him.
Yeah.
Post stationed twice, of course, as an EOD tech, you're going to spend time at Eglin Air Force Base in NAS, Pensacola. So he decided to have his home built in Pace, and now he is pursuing a degree in electrical engineering. Love it.
Excellent story. And this is pretty good, too. Pensacola's oldest resident celebrated yet another birthday.
Yeah, 106, Grace Kennedy. She turned 106 and she celebrated on Saturday. And rather than ask her the secret to longevity, we asked her what she's thankful for.
That's so cool. She says, oh my goodness, I'm thankful for all these friends who are here today. They're all so great. I'm just so thankful that my family is healthy and I'm healthy. Pretty old, but healthy, she said. I'm just thankful for everything.
106. Happy birthday. That's fantastic.
Happy birthday, Miss Berry.
All right, this is from James Emerson. This is Louie and Grace keeping us safe. I would not bother them. They look like the best guard dogs ever.
Ever. Lisa Schoenhauer, and Lisa, I probably said that wrong, Schoner. Anyway, she says the grandkids really enjoyed the dancing and music at the Creek Powwow. Look at him go. War Pop Pop out. That's great. There it goes again.
When the morning current continues, the University of West Florida announcing the sole finalist for the presidential search. I wonder who it could be. We'll take a look.
The University of West Florida's interim president, Manny Diaz Jr., is now the sole finalist in the search for the next permanent president.
There were 84 applicants in the job search. Diaz serving as interim president since July following Dr. Martha Saunders' resignation. UWF Board of Trustees will select officially the new president.
Then that would be confirmed by the Florida Board of Governors. The next step is a public forum with Diaz. That date has not been announced. Diaz will also be interviewed by the UWF Board of Trustees.
And we'd like to know what you think, of course. Do you think Manny Diaz Jr. should be selected as the next president of the University of West Florida? Scan the QR code and let us know.
7:26 now, heading into a big Thanksgiving week. So it's going to be probably more critical, the weather later on, but today sure is looking good.
Yeah, and it is looking nice as we go through most of the week. We do have those showers on Tuesday. That's going to be about the extent of the rain chance that we have. The rest of the week looking lovely. It's going to be looking very warm today, tomorrow, Wednesday, and by Thanksgiving, it's actually going to feel like fall. It'll feel very nice. We're still going to be seeing 40s and then 60s, so it's going to be a pleasant feel as you head into the end of the week. Right now, it's looking lovely. If you are traveling this morning, should be seeing just a few passing clouds. We're starting off in the 50s. We'll get into those mid to upper 70s today. Very calm wind out of the east. We're not going to have too much of a breeze for this afternoon. Your radar staying dry. It's going to look lovely as you are making your way out and about. So as you do head out the door, just enjoy it. It's going to be looking nice. We do have a warmer day today, so maybe you have some friends, family coming into town. It's going to be a perfect day to show them that nice warm Florida feel. We will be looking at that fall feel going later on into the week. We'll talk about that cool down that we can expect by Thanksgiving coming up.
Let's get a quick look outside. This would be 110, I believe, near Creighton Road. Yep, light traffic there, picking up a bit though, but there are no issues that could slow you down.
The White House is soon expected to unveil a proposal to stabilize Obamacare premiums for those who rely on federal subsidies to afford health care.
Now, those premiums were the center of the big fight between lawmakers on Capitol Hill. That caused the government shutdown that went on for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Democrats demanded expiring Affordable Care Act subsidies be restored.
Now, those subsidies actually are paid to insurance companies, not to the people, if you will. They were put in place in 2021 during the pandemic, so they had an expiration date. GOP lawmakers have promised a vote next month. In the meantime, the White House is expected to announce something they are calling the Health Care Price Cuts Act.
Now, it is understood, perhaps, that it would include an income cap for the enrollees, and they're saying minimum premium payments. An announcement might come today.
We'll be tracking that one. We will let you know. In the meantime, another busy Thanksgiving travel week is on tap.
AAA reporting Thanksgiving is the single busiest travel holiday. Roads will be packed. The worst days to travel, Tuesday and Wednesday. Then, of course, Sunday following.
You know, the times when everybody needs to be on the road, right? Okay, here's what some travel experts have to say about beating the rush.
If you're going to be on the road on those days, you want to leave as early as possible, and you want to make sure that you're not caught in that afternoon, early evening hour traffic.
Solid advice. Americans choosing to fly can expect to see a lot of people there at the airport. After weeks of disruptions, they say airports are mostly back to normal.
And that's not all. You know what else we got?
What?
Gas prices going higher for the holiday. The state average per gallon now sitting around $3.10.
$3.10.
Yeah.
AAA reporting it's following a trend of the rise and fall for Florida gas prices. As always, Northwest Florida has the state's least expensive gas, averaging somewhere in the 270s.
Either way, if you're hitting the road, try to be prepared. AAA says last holiday season they got more than 600,000 calls for things like dead batteries, flat tires, and lockouts.
All right, a Pace family, they'd like to build a community ice rink.
We've been talking a little bit about this. It was proposed by Jennifer Burkhart and her husband. It would be located off of Woodbine Road, and it would cost about $5 million.
The plans, if it all happens, would open next year. It hasn't really started yet. The couple is set to meet with county development staff soon, they say.
So last week we asked you, do you think there's enough demand to support an ice rink in Santa Rosa County? 500 people weighing in, and 71% say, yeah, there's enough demand. There you go. We love hearing your thoughts.
Let's go racing. It's about time for the 58th annual Snowball Derby.
December 4th through 7th at Five Flags Speedway on Pine Forest Road. This is one of the biggest short track events in America.
36 racers competing drivers this year, including NASCAR champion, former Snowball Derby winner Kyle Busch. He's won twice. says he's out for a third, but it's a tough race.
The schedule is packed every day beginning the night of Tuesday, December 2nd. The green flag drops for the main event at 1 p.m. Sunday, December 7th. Reserve tickets are sold out, but you can buy general admission on race days.
We do have an interview with Kyle Busch. If you'd like to take a look at it, see what he had to say, scan the QR on your screen. It'll take you to our link, which will also have all the schedule details for you and more.
If you have decided you just don't want to cook a turkey, I get it. You still have time to have one fried for you. The Miracle League can take some of that Thanksgiving Day stress off of your plate.
The annual turkey fry is Wednesday. They'll be doing this at the Miracle League Park on 9 Mile. They'll start at 7 in the morning, go to 4. Now, you really want to make an appointment. There's a phone number on your television screen.
You can be a walk-up, if you're a real procrastinator, but you will go behind all the appointments and the time slots are limited. They do ask for a minimum donation of $35 to cover costs, and anything over cost benefits the Miracle League of Pensacola.
Have you ever wanted to attend the Golden Globes, but you're not a Hollywood star? Well, real people with real money have a chance. That story's on the way.
All right, most all of us use social media, sometimes a bit too much, but what platform is used the most? You may find the results surprising. We'll share those coming up next. I'm saying it may surprise you. I was surprised.
Well, then if you're surprised, Laura, then I'll be surprised.
He always agrees with me when he wants me to drop a subject. Does that ever happen to you?
In any event, would you agree that it's time for a coffee break?
I agree.
It's time for a coffee break. Perhaps you've watched the Golden Globes or the Oscars and say, wow, what would it be like to be there? But you can't be there because you're not one of the beautiful people. You're not one of the Hollywood elite. But the times they are a-changing.
So you're telling me that really prior to now, a regular person could not go to the Golden Globes?
I don't believe so.
Anyway, if you got $70,000, you can go now. That's not much if you want to experience the Golden Globes.
Your bank account, maybe it's not much.
No, Brooke's bank account.
Why? Like, it's on TV. I don't understand. Why?
I don't know.
Well, you get a lot for your money here.
Some company
Yeah.
called Penske Media is offering 3 pairs of tickets via their concierge gift guide. So you get to walk the red carpet.
You get the red carpet.
You get to go to the after party.
The after party.
You get a swag bag, a stylist, and a stay at a Beverly Hills hotel.
Okay, the hotel's nice. Not worth $70,000. That's
Well,
too much.
And then the swag bags, which are usually phenomenal at these events.
course,
like,
yes.
Don't think about like the koozies and paper clips that we get at local events, right? In our swag bags. These things would be like have a Rolex or some designer perfume, and usually only presenters and winners can get those things. So you'll be getting all these luxury items.
All for only 70 grand.
Yeah,
It says
and-
last year's bag had a value of $1 million.
I doubt the pedestrian swag bag will be quite that.
You know, if you had, you could buy the ticket for $70,000 and then sell all the stuff in the bag, and then you'd be up. If it was worth $1 million, no,
I don't think it is. I'm just taking a guess here.
but that's what it said.
They said last year's $1 million.
Yeah, they said-
I'm not thinking that the people who pay 70 grand get the $1 million swag
They're
bag.
not
right?
going to let us low life follow Brooks' plan and come out 30 grand.
It's a solid plan.
Listen, you could have so much more money.
I'll tell you what. Let's pool our money, buy tickets. We'll draw straws. See who gets to go.
I've got $5.
I've got 10.
Okay,
is
then.
on you.
Let's
Jared.
move on, shall we?
I ran across the most interesting research on social media. So the question is, and play along at home,
Okay.
which social media platform do you use the most?
Yeah, the Pew Research Center survey did say that YouTube is the dominant leader at 84% of adults surveyed said it's the most used.
Did that surprise you that it was YouTube? I figured for sure it would be maybe TikTok, maybe
Yeah.
Insta, but YouTube was the clear winner. This is adults. Facebook came in second with 71%, followed by 50% with Insta, and 37% said TikTok.
I guess with YouTube, you know, versus like all the other platforms where you're just scrolling and the algorithm shows you things, like YouTube, you can just pick what you want to see. So like, I want to watch people eating McDonald's, and you can just
Right.
watch
Or
that.
I want to learn how to plant a garden, or I want to learn.
I've learned all sorts of interesting things from you.
Yeah.
Got to pick the right guy, though.
I've fixed
There's some
my-
idiots out there. I don't know if you know this or not,
I've
who
fixed
don't know
my
what they're
car
doing.
multiple times on YouTube.
This is true.
Yeah.
That is very, very cool. So YouTube, Facebook, Insta, TikTok. A couple things about TikTok. It was way more popular, obviously, among the 18 to 29 crowd.
I think the. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, well, I was just going to say that I have to say that my favorite platform, I'm ashamed to say, X, was a true outlier with only 21%. So I am feeling very fringy this morning.
Well, whatever that survey thinks and what we think pales into comparison to what the folks in the control room think.
Yeah, okay, let's go because we got AJ, the architect of our Brain Rot Report, on the daily. AJ, what are you guys thinking about this?
So I'm with you, Laura. I'm on X a lot too, but I'm not like, I don't engage more. So I'm wondering if YouTube is one that people use a lot, but maybe don't engage a lot. If you want to listen to a song, you know what I mean, and you don't want to pay for it, you can just go watch the music video on YouTube. If you want to know how to do something, you can go look it up. I think it's kind of like a catch-all resource for people, but it depends on what you need. If you want X, I get on X when I want to know something about the news or politics or how people are reacting to something in real time. I'll get on X and look at that.
Yeah,
Probably,
if you want to know what's going to happen, you know it 3 days sooner on X.
exactly. I know anytime something happens and the video is going to get taken off the internet, get on X as fast as you can. You've got like 2 hours that you can watch anything you want. But I think it's also maybe not super surprising that back here in the control room, we're big TikTok users. We scroll, we usually keep track of what the trends are. And it's the origin of the Brain Rot Report. But I will say, for me personally, I use everything for a different reason. I open Facebook and Instagram a lot just to look and be nosy and see what people are doing. I get on TikTok for my entertainment. I get on YouTube for anything else that I need.
Wow.
But Vanessa, what about you? Let's see. Let's take a poll really quick. Vanessa, TikTok. Vanessa only got TikTok last year, so she's new to TikTok. Now, I will say Vanessa's on TikTok all the time, so it doesn't matter. Brittany, what do you think you use the most? Producer Brittany?
Probably toss it between TikTok and Instagram.
TikTok and Instagram tie. So I guess it depends on what you're using it for. And Jared, I wanted to say really quick before I take up too much time, the swag bags that they get for those $70,000 tickets, it's the swag bag. It's kind of like, they're selling, it's like 4 pairs of tickets that they're selling. So it's not just like a free for all, everybody can come get it. But that's part of the deal is that you get the really nice swag bag. That's
the actual. I stand corrected and I stand surprised.
So you could make money if you buy the ticket. If you have $70,000 laying around.
All right, let's get you, Brittany and AJ and Vanessa. Along with
Yeah.
we'll pool the money. We'll get 70
So
grand.
we've got $15
there we go.
already.
Yeah, we'll be
That
doing good
works.
to get to $70. But anyway, AJ, thank you. All
All
right.
All these stories and more can always be found on, take a look,
YouTube.
The WEAR YouTube channel. Big stories, small stories, fun stories, serious stories. They're all there. Just search WEAR News.
Miss Jamaica, oh my goodness, she's not better yet. Still on the road to recovery after that fall during the Miss Universe pageant. We'll check in. This morning, an outpouring of support for John F. Kennedy's granddaughter, Tatiana Schlossberg, after the 35-year-old revealed she has less than a year to live.
Shared her battle with acute myeloid leukemia with a mutation. It's incurable blood cancer generally seen in older patients. Schlossberg revealing doctors found the cancer just days after she gave birth to her now one-year-old daughter. She started treatment, including clinical trials, bone marrow transplant, multiple rounds of chemo.
Yeah, she says, in fact, her doctor, quote, scoured every inch of the earth for more treatments for me. He knows I don't want to die, and he is trying to stop it. But after a year of fighting, doctors are running out of options, and Schlossberg says she's trying to focus on her 2 children during whatever time she has left.
We showed this last week. Miss Jamaica, during the preliminaries, fell off the stage, rushed to the hospital, and initial reports were like she was going to be okay, no broken bones, nothing serious, but...
Yeah, we're having trouble getting completely clear details, but apparently all is not totally well. Her name is Dr. Gabrielle Henry. She's an ophthalmologist. She fell from the stage last week. She was taken away on a stretcher, went to the hospital. Now her sister says she's in ICU there in Thailand, and she's expected to be in the ICU for about another week.
The quote from her sister was, she isn't doing as well as we would have hoped. Pageant organizers said last week again her injuries were not life-threatening and didn't break any bones, so it's really unknown what's going on.
And actor, performer Donald Glover also with a health scare, a condition he says that made him cancel his world tour last year.
He told fans that he suffered a stroke during the tour after 18 shows, went to a doctor after having a bad pain in his head, and then there was more.
Yeah, he said not long after this stroke, he had another scare. Doctors found a hole in his heart and he had to have another surgery. Glover says he wants nothing more than to bring the show to the fans. He's thanking everyone for love and support and giving him the privacy while he gets better.
How about this?
This is great for Thanksgiving week. I'm going to step back so
Michigan,
you can
right?
see the squirrels having a great time.
Look at the little black
what, 30
ones.
some odd degrees currently?
Yeah.
Nice.
This is, we weren't sure if this is a zoo or just a city park. It is set up in Gaylord, Michigan, and the squirrels know to come to the Pilgrims and get some snacks, so you gotta love that.
Yeah. Vanessa just called them fat squirrels. Listen, they can have their Thanksgiving dinner too. I was visiting my sister and my brother-in-law, and he actually has a little picnic table set up on one of their trees that they put little like nuts in for the squirrels. It's like a teeny tiny little picnic table.
They're not fat, they're fluffy, Vanessa.
They're about to hibernate, Vanessa. It gets cold in Michigan.
It does.
Do squirrels hibernate?
So many questions. They put away the nuts for winter.
All right.
Okay, before he quizzes us anymore, Brooke, how's that weather?
They're good, and Vanessa has called them thick and chunks in my ear while we have been talking. So they are getting no love from Vanessa, but we're going to be looking at some nice weather as we head into our Thanksgiving. We do have some nice weather as we are going into your day today. We do have those clouds around, so that's one thing that we will see. Heading into tomorrow, a little chance of rain. It's going to be isolated, and it's not going to be too impactful, so that's some good news, and that's really the most impactful thing we'll see for your Thanksgiving. So good news here. We have some great weather that's shaping up for your Thanksgiving day. It's going to be a little bit cooler, but not going to be a big dramatic drop. We'll actually feel a little more refreshing. We'll be in the 60s for those highs. Radar is staying dry. We do have the clouds around today. It's going to feel a little more humid going into the later half of the day. That's going to be that moisture building in out ahead of our cold front on Tuesday. We'll have a chance of some rain tonight. It's going to be very isolated. Going into Tuesday, our best chance of rain comes later in the day. We'll still have your rain chances through the afternoon. Pop up little showers. Could be seeing a bit of a more moderate shower mixed in, but it's isolated. After about 6 p.m. is when we'll have your rain chance starting to increase, about a 40% chance overall throughout the day. That rain chance will continue as you go into the overnight, going into Wednesday morning, and then behind this, we're going to have those temperatures starting to get drier, cooler. We're going to be looking at a big cool down in terms of average as we head into the overnight. So we'll be waking up in the 40s as we go into your Thursday, and then 60s for highs. It's going to feel quite nice. Let's take a look at your temperatures. Right now in the 50s, we will be seeing the 60s within the next hour. Highs are anywhere from 76 to 79, so very similar to what we saw yesterday. It'll feel a little more humid as well. Heading into tomorrow, it's going to be even warmer, 78 degrees, 75 for Wednesday, and then temperatures cool off. We will be waking up at around 40 for Thursday morning. If you are heading out on Thursday morning, maybe you're doing a turkey trot, it's going to be looking like quite nice weather. We will have 40s. That's perfect running weather, dry wet air as well. 63 for your high, and then we'll stay in the low 60s for Friday. It does start to warm up as you head into the weekend, so just keep that in mind. We will get back close to 70 by Sunday. Let's talk about the tropics now. 6 days left in hurricane season, and we are looking nice. We're not expecting any tropical activity heading into the next 7 days, so we should end hurricane season nice and quiet. We're going to continue to update you as we go throughout the rest of hurricane season. Sea-tone marine forecast, 2 feet for the Gulf, winds out of the north at about 5 to 10 knots, and we do have your yellow flags flying with a good chance we will see those green flags later on today. Let's take a look at your week ahead. It's looking nice for your Thanksgiving. We will have a chance of rain for tomorrow. That moves out just in time for Wednesday, so if you're traveling Wednesday, still should look nice. By Thursday, you'll have temperatures in the 40s waking up, 60s for the afternoon, low 60s. Nice and sunny weather for that Thursday, and we'll keep the sunshine around through the weekend. Our temperatures do warm up a bit by Sunday.
10 before 8 o'clock, and you got to look outside here. This should be 110 near Maxwell Street in Pensacola. Very light traffic there and no issues.
Coming up on the Morning Current, regular exercise can help you sleep better, but one is better than the rest. Relax with us when we come back.
Apparently, one form of exercise improves sleep more than others, according to the Harbin Sports University in China.
Yeah, I guess they looked at all the different things that you could do. See, I would think being an Ironman would certainly nail the sleep part, right?
Tired.
You'd be so tired. But they did all these trials with people who had sleep disturbances, and they actually found high-intensity yoga. For
Now,
30 minutes a day, twice a week.
You are a practitioner.
I'm a certified yoga teacher.
Yes, you are.
I've done all that thing. There is high intensity yoga. Jared was like, what's that?
Yeah.
You know, you could do a very intense yoga flow and you can get your heart rate up, you can sweat and blah, blah, blah. But if I were trying to do yoga to get good sleep, there's a lot of practices you can do that are very relaxing. So I'll clue you guys in. AJ wanted me to teach you a breathing practice.
Breathing practice.
And I can't guarantee this will put you to sleep, but it'll help relax you, okay?
Okay,
And
I'm ready.
you guys in the control room are going to follow along with us, I hope.
Everyone's going to do this.
Okay, it's called alternate nostril breathing. So the first thing you do is you're going to take your forefinger and your middle finger, you're going to tuck them in. So you're kind of giving us a little modified, yeah, there you go. Okay, now you're going to take your thumb and put it to your right nostril, okay? So we're going to start by thumb on the right nostril, exhale through the left nostril, exhale. All right, inhale. Now swing that ring finger over and block the left nostril, exhale out the right. Inhale in the right. Okay, thumb on the right nostril. Everybody all together. Thumb on the right nostril.
I can't breathe out of this one.
Okay, is anybody finding this relaxing yet? Guys, relaxing?
I would suggest a couple of things. Don't do this in public, I think, to begin with. They might call the authorities or somebody over there.
You know, okay, I've seen, so this is going to...
Okay, go ahead.
In cycling, people do this, but they blow out, and it's
Oh,
not
yes, right. That is, in medical terms, that is called a snot rocket.
Yes, I don't know how to do it because I can't breathe out of this nostril.
I'll show you how. It's
I bring
done
tissues with me.
Do you feel like we've lost our zen? I think perhaps we've lost our zen.
Anyway,
we'll be right back.
That's going to make you feel
We're
good,
going.
right?
We're not invited to yoga. We are going to be looking at some nice weather as we go through your Thanksgiving. The best chance of rain will come tomorrow. It's looking like later in the day for the best chance of some showers. It clears out fairly quickly in your Wednesday forecast, looking nice, a little breezy. The clouds will clear out, and behind that, we're going to be looking at a very pleasant Thanksgiving. It is going to be cooler in the morning. It will warm up into the 60s for the highs.
Thank you so much for joining us on The Morning Current. Happy Monday.
We'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early at 7 o'clock.